chances are this is a familiar theme, especially for comedy. The idea of the dead going to heaven and then returning on earth. I'm now thinking Patrick Swayze, Demi Moore, Whoopi Goldberg in Ghost. And recently, in fact, a couple of days ago, maybe 3 days ago, we had the chance to see momenti di indimenticabile ristroginare, whatever, felicità moments. In fact, it was the English version was given as ordinary happiness. It's this man who has a traffic accident, which had to be because he's always passing through the red light. I mean, like always, not it happens. So there you go. But then he argues in heaven that, or wherever that is, it's in fact there's a bureaucracy. The people who have dossiers, files, and then they have some computers and check and look and say, look, you did this. But he argues funny with the times. That was an interesting element for this movie. Felicita. Look, I've been drinking. You don't have that, I see in your computer. I've been drinking a lot of fresh juices and with ginseng. So, okay, and for that they give him exactly 92 minutes. Wait, 90, but 2 minutes on account of the ginseng or something. Anyway, so he's back on Earth. That's another movie. Some are interesting. Chances are also interesting. Heaven Can Wait. That's another one. One version has Warren Beatty as the hero. And then, of course, the best of them all. One of the best ever. One of the best 10. The favorite for Christmas. The best movie to see at Christmas. It's a Wonderful Life, wherein we have this angel. I mean, not just this angel, a special angel, a classic character, also Clarence, second class or something, because he has to move on in the hierarchy of angelic creatures, and this case may help his showing the hero what his life means to the city. I mean, the main character is given the chance to see what his small town would have been without him, and it's not a good picture. And in this, that's a very meaningful take on life. I mean, do be the best you can be, and that's an ideal there, because he's so good that his life changed for the better, the life of the community. I mean, without him, there's so many. One is a drunkard, so many without houses. He's the man who provides loans, helps them build houses. So he's essentially he's saintly, in fact, here. But let's not talk about that. Talk a little about this one, which is not spectacular, not It's a Wonderful Life, not in that realm. But still, it's an interesting movie. Robert Downing Jr. Character is reborn. So the character dies, and in order to be back with his wife, he has to come up in a different shape. And the spiel, the originality here is that they send him back in a different shape and form. It's a different figure, a different personage, and young. In fact, so young that he's going out initially with the daughter because he's almost maybe half the age of the wife, Sybil Shepherd. So this makes for some awkward, interesting, comical situations, but also maybe a little a meditation on mores, on cliches, on prejudice. On men decades ago were supposed to be fine with affairs, and then with relationships with women who were half their age, much younger, but it wasn't considered acceptable or just as fine for women to be in the same situation. So this is turning this thing on its head somehow. In fact, the woman, mature woman, is not having a relationship with such a young man, a boy, almost, because this is her husband passed away, and the craziness is you're crazy. I mean, he jumps on her, so to say. That's another thing which will not be acceptable in a comedy of today, or I don't know, it will be just there to as a severe critique. But he says, no, I know everything. Let me tell you about the ring. Let me tell you about that thing, the mother, what happened in that night. So this is her husband. Interesting, not exceptional, but